Everybody. Welcome in the 60-second conference on digital education, which is today devoted to wonder learning approach. My name is Blanka Tacer. I will be the moderator of the conference today. Now, let me please share the screen for a moment because I would like to introduce you the program of today's session. So this is about wonder learning. We are very, very grateful to the Erasmus Plus program, which actually supported the session of today through the Key Action 2 project, Wonder Learning for Digital Natives. I will tell you a little bit about the project later. Today we will start with some technical information. So all the presentations are available in the Facebook group Pan-European Conference on Digital Education. You can access them whenever you wish, even in advance. So as you know, also the certificates of attendance are available. You can find the link in which you can request the certificate in the video description down below. We will also put the link into the chat if that is easier for somebody. We will have 4 presenters today. I am lucky today and privileged because also I will be one of the presenters. Usually I just moderate, but today my role will be to introduce the project Wonder Learning for Digital Natives and encourage you to think a little bit about the Wonder approach from various perspectives. Today with us is also Turgut, Aydın, who will have 2 presentations. We will start with fostering 21st century skills through eTwinning projects. The last presentation he will have is blended learning in foreign language teaching. Then we have with us Raquel Lombardi, how to create accessible materials. So best practices for teaching students with special educational needs. Raquel is specialized into special education needs. And we also have with us Aneta Vasiljevikj Shikaleska, and she will share with us an example of fostering social studies skills among students using innovative teaching approach. But yes, this is the program. Let's meet the presenters now. I will stop sharing. Yeah. Okay, just a moment. Yeah. Here we have Turgut. Welcome.
Hello. Good afternoon, everybody. I am Turgut Aydın.
Turgut is an English language teacher and eTwinning ambassador. So can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes, of course. Hello, everyone. I am Turgut Aydın from Turkey. I am an English teacher for more than 20 years. It is my 21st year Also, I have been running and participating in many of eTwinning projects, also Erasmus Plus projects. Today, I will have two presentations. I am really happy to being here. Thank you.
Thank you very much and welcome on the stage. With us is also Raquel Lombardi. She's specialized in special education needs. So, Raquel, welcome. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself? And turn on microphone so that we can hear you.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. It's a pleasure to be with you today and to share something in my professional life I learned too. I'm a special need educational teacher in Madeira Island, and I have 30 years professional experience. Is I would also like to thank you, the organization, and this event, and in special Blanka for this excellent event. Thank you, Blanka.
Thank you, Raquel. It's a pleasure to host you all. And Aneta, welcome. Uh, yes, so
Hi.
Aneta, your case will be about social studies, but first, please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yes. Thank you, Blanka. Hi, everybody. It is a great pleasure to be here to participate at this very nice conference. Thank you for inviting me. I am Aneta Shikaleska. I come from the Institute for Applied Research for Business in Skopje. I have a great experience in the higher education as a professor for more than 16 years, and now I am scientific advisor at our institute. I mainly deal with projects in the school education and in the youth as well. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much. You can also ask questions of our presenters. In order to ask question, just type the question into the comments, and after the presentation, we will ask them for the answer. I am very happy to see here in the backstage that with us are 286 teachers from different countries. I see here Romania, Portugal, North Macedonia, Croatia, and even Jordan. So, yeah, different countries, and welcome everybody. So let's start now with the first presentation, which is actually an introduction to the project. Uh, let me share the screen. This is it. Yeah. So this is my presentation still. Yeah. We already saw that. So about the project Wonder Learning for Digital Nations. This is an Erasmus project uh, in which 7 countries and eight partners are exploring how to incorporate pleasant emotions into learning design. So, how to incorporate wonder, curiosity, amazement, or even surprise into our learning. The partners are from as you can see on the map, from Portugal. Actually, they are from Madeira, but that is still Portugal. Then Austria, Lithuania, Bosnia and Herzegovina, North Macedonia, Romania, and Turkey. So today you will meet half of the project partners, and the second half you will meet in June's session, because also the session in June will be devoted to wonder learning. Um, and in the project, we work with several activities, and also you, dear participants, can be part of them. So one perspective is devoted to teachers' mobilities. So we want to learn and explore together how can we incorporate emotions into learning through digital tools. Then we will also organize students' mobilities. And eTwinning is already up and running. Eco Wonders for Digital Natives. And this eTwinning is actually an opportunity for all of you to, to those of you who are already experts in eTwinning, you can simply join the project Eco Wonders for Digital Natives. But we will be also happy of any new schools or any new teachers who are not experienced in eTwinning to join this wonderful project. Now I would like to say what we are actually developing. So the in the project, shortly we will develop 3 products that will be also available for all the teachers to access them free of charge. And one is almost in the end. This is best practice collection. In this collection, we will collect together 25 or even more existing innovative teaching practices on sustainability, arts, mental health, digitalization, and special education needs. So we actually shared together what each partner has to offer and compiled together as a collection. Then the second thing we will develop in the international collaboration is toolkit for teachers. This toolkit will have guidelines on how to incorporate pleasant emotions into learning through the use of digital tools. And the last product will be also toolbox for students, which will incorporate 25 thematic activity packages promoting sustainability and also including special education needs. So all this will be available to access. And now let's talk a little bit about what actually the Wonder Learning approach is about. So this is a word cloud from our teacher training, which we had in Madeira in April. And we asked all the participants who were teachers and teacher trainers which emotional words are connected with wonder. So what we have in our brains when we think about wonder. And here are the results, like curiosity, creativity, empathy, amazement, love, friendship, and kindness. So these are the words, and we would like to connect them with learning as much as possible. So this morning, I believe you already received an invitation to participate in Mentimeter. And I saw that many of you already participated because we wanted to encourage all of you to think a little bit about different perspectives of this feeling of wonder into learning. So those of you who already filled in the Mentimeter, thank you very much. If some of you would like to add to participate and you haven't had the opportunity yet, here is the code and the link will be also available in the comments. So think about wondering. And later we will see the results in the end of my presentation. I would like to tell you a little bit about the theoretical background of the Wonder Learning approach, which is in this book, The Wonder Approach, Rescuing Children's Innate Desire to Learn. So when we think about wonder, this is actually an old idea. But it has a new relevance in today's digital age, where students are not just students, but actually also teachers and adults in general are really into digitalization and artificial intelligence. So we have to think again about the wonder. And old idea is because wonder as our inner desire to learn was always explored by different experts. Everything starts with Aristotle's, and also wonder starts there, because Aristotle said, for instance, all men by nature desire to learn. And Plato saw wonder as the spark that opens the soul to truth, especially through beauty. And also Chesterton thought about wonder, and he pointed out that wonder is not a childish phase, but a way of seeing the world with fresh eyes again and again. So why this idea has a new relevance today? Because of the digital natives, yeah. Uh, as we can see, digital natives are constantly bombarded with fragmented and really fast content. And we are scrolling our phones all the time, which is actually then not really good for focus and learning. Then emotions are also very important, because screens actually can flatten the experience. And when we focus our emotions again on wonder, we can encourage learning to be more deep. And then focus, actually wonder naturally leads to focus, because when something is truly awe and inspiring, attention becomes effortless. So our role as teachers is, how can we evoke this curiosity and wonder, which leads to focus. When we plan our lesson plans for wonder, we can think about at least three perspectives. And those three perspectives that you see them here are also incorporated in the Mentimeter. So how we introduce the topic, so which introduction best supports a wonder-based approach. Then student activities is the second perspective. Which student activity is most likely to nurture wonder and curiosity? And then also assessment and evaluation. So how can we assess learning, but still keep students curious and reflective, so that the learning doesn't stop with evaluation and assessment, but that actually continues. And we then develop uh, a little reflective tool which teachers can use when they think about incorporating emotions into learning. This reflective tool is also available in Pan-European Conference Facebook group to download, so that you can have and think about the teaching practices. When we think about how to incorporate wonder into our learning, we can ask ourselves those questions that you can see now in the screen. So about the central theme, what is the mystery or beautiful idea behind the lesson? Then we can think about sparks of wonder. What could awaken a natural curiosity before introducing the content? Then learning objectives. What do you hope students will understand deeply and not just remember? And because we would like to involve digital tools, one part is also devoted to which digital tool or media can support curiosity or creativity and not replace it. Then we can think, how can students express what they are learning in a personal way? So the expression is important. Reflection is important. When will you pause and let students observe, wonder, or process quietly? And open-ended discussion questions. So what questions can you ask that don't have just one answer? And the last two parts are devoted to real life connection. So how will this lesson connect to their lives or the real world? And then also the simplicity check, rhythm, because with digital tools we can easily overstimulate students. So it's important that we also ask ourselves, have I avoided overstimulation and technology overload? So is there enough slowness and focus and depth in my lesson plans? So this is the tool reflection that teachers can use when they develop new lesson plans and they would like to incorporate wonder. Now let's see also the answers on Mentimeter very slowly. Um, Not very slowly, very quickly. Uh, yeah, sorry. This one is correct, yeah. So what our participants are thinking. Wow, so many answers. Okay, thank you very much to all of you. So now we will go quickly through the answers, but we will also send them tomorrow. When we send the recordings of the Pan-European Conference on your emails, you will also get the results, because I think that this reflection is really valuable for lesson planning. So which environment best supports wonder in the classroom? The most of the answers showed that calm and inviting space with time to observe and think. Yes, so overstimulation here is one of the things we want to avoid when planning for wonder. Which of these best describes the teacher's role in wonder-based learning? So yes, the teacher is actually facilitator and protector of curiosity. With digital tools, teachers are easily invited in the role that they are entertainers, but actually they shouldn't be. They need to protect the curiosity of the students and plan in a way that students will wonder about the topic. Then let's see, when integrating technology in wonder-based learning, consider which tools will. Here more answers are correct. So encourage curiosity, allows personal expression and adds meaningful depth to the lessons. So we usually need to focus on those factors when choosing the right digital tools. And now we have some examples of topics and how can we think about when introducing them. So, for instance, you are starting a unit on the solar system. Which approach best reflects wonder-based learning? And yes, this is that we begin with a photo of Earth from space and ask, what do you feel when you see this? Okay? After showing a time lapse of a flower blooming, students ask, do flowers feel tired? And what do you do? The answer is yes. Invite them to imagine what the flower might say if it could speak. So it doesn't mean that the other answers are not correct. It just means that this answer corrects the wonder learning approach. And the next. Up. Now the Mentimeter went away. Just a second. We have to come there again. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't work anymore, so I will try to share this screen. Yeah. The next question is, so you are starting a unit on ancient civilization, and which introduction best supports a wonder-based approach? Yes, display an image of a mysterious rune and ask, what do you think happened here? So we see how easy it is to recognize the wonder approach when we see it as a question. So you are teaching a science class on ecosystems. Which teacher prompt opens the door to wonder most effectively? this question, yes. What do you think the forest would say if it could speak? And let's see some of the student activities, examples. So which student activity is most likely to nurture wonder and curiosity? The answer that you chose, watch a high-speed video of fog rolling into a valley, then describe how it made you feel. And let's see one more example. Which student activity is most likely to nurture wonder and curiosity? The example that you chose is exploring a terrarium in silence and writing down any questions that arise. I will also show some examples for evaluation, and then we conclude. So how can a teacher design an evaluation that deepens curiosity? The answer that you chose most frequently was allow students to choose one question they want to explore more deeply. Yeah? And which post-assessment activity is most aligned with wonder-based learning? Self-assessment using emojis and a reflective prompt like, what surprised me? So this is one more example of the wonder approach. It's easy to recognize, we will not discuss more about the results because I'm running out of time, and I would really like to give opportunity also to my colleagues to present. Let's see just the last slide. As we said, you will receive the I hope I am sharing. Not okay. I hope that I shared even before, otherwise, yeah, you wouldn't see. So, this is the last slide that I have, is an invitation to join the eTwinning project on Eco Wonders for Digital Natives. This is an international work among students with the topics on environmental challenges, eco stories, ecosystem, green gadgets, virtual eco tours. So you simply go on eTwinning and find the project Eco Wonders for Digital Natives, and you can join the project. I will stop sharing now. This was an invitation to eTwinning, but with me is a colleague, Turgut Aydın, who will tell us more about the eTwinning project, which we are having in the Wonder Learning project.
Yeah.
But Turgut, can you please tell me before, did I share the screen or it wasn't on?
Actually,
the
no.
It wasn't. So I was just discussing the results and participants didn't see. Oh yeah, my mistake. So in any case, I will send the results so that the participants will see them. Now Turgut, it's your floor.
Okay. Thank you, Blanka, again for inviting us and taking this opportunity. Actually, I don't know where to start because eTwinning is a really a big world, and since I have met, I really improved my teaching skills, and where I really had really positive changes in my teaching style. And okay, let's start. Who can become a member of eTwinning? It is, eTwinning is a part of European school education platform, and teachers from participating countries are eligible to register. In that platform, only teachers can be included, or librarians also. Also, which are countries involved in eTwinning? all the European Union member states are the countries, and overseas countries and territories may also participate. Here you can see them. And also eTwinning Plus includes 7 neighboring countries: Armenia, Azerbaijan, Georgia, Moldova, Ukraine, and Tunisia, and Jordan. You can collaborate with all these countries and start projects. And what is an eTwinning project? It's a very there are lots of things to say again, but the first one is that we need to say all the activities are student-centered activities, and all the activities shared online with partners. So we do virtual activities during the projects, and all of them are based on collaboration. Yes, collaboration is a very, I think, the biggest keyword for eTwinning. Collaboration between students, between schools, and between countries, and between teachers. So with the transition of the ESEP platform, at least one project founder must be from a different country. If you want to start a project, you need to find another founder from another country. So 2 founders from the same country, it will be difficult. It will be a problem to get the quality label when you apply at the end of the project. So please start the project with another country when you start. And school administrators and guidance counselors and also can join the projects appropriate to their students' age group. And students cannot register themselves, but can be added by their teachers via the TwinSpace. We give students a special account and a password, and they can enter the TwinSpace, and they can join all the activities. They can comment on any activities, or they can interact with their peers about the topics or about the activities. And schools at all levels with students aged 3 to 19 can participate, but there are 4 different age categories. So it is better to start the partnership related in accordance with your students' age group. For example, if you are working with 10 years students, so it will be better to start the project again with the similar age groups. And a project can be created on any subject. Preferably, the schools participating in the project must be in line with the national curricula. You can start the project on any subjects, but please don't forget to integrate it to the school curriculum. And projects should provide a good balance between the use of ICT and classroom activities. In all our projects, students really improve their digital skills, and they had a chance to learn new Web2 tools, also now different AI tools. And we do all the activities related and in accordance with the technology. So how can I participate in an eTwinning project? It is not something so difficult. First of all, you need to find or become a partner in a project. So here you can see the screen. There is a partner finding field, and using this, you can share your project idea with schools that are suitable for your students' age group and request to participate in other teachers' projects. So how do I find project partners? Again, you should add teachers you want to be involved with or follow up as contact person. And what happens when I sign up for an eTwinning project? Once your project is activated, a TwinSpace is opened, it's a virtual classroom for project members and students to work together online. You and your partner are administrators of the TwinSpace, and other teachers added to the project can also access to TwinSpace. So we put all the activities on the TwinSpace, and it is a kind of gathering all the activities and showing what are we doing, and we can put outputs, whatever we do during the project. So of course there must be project rules and administration. You can assign other teachers as administrator teachers, and then you can also add your students to the project. So you need to clearly define all the rules that both teachers and for the students that they must follow. Please put deadlines for the activities. It is really important because you work sometimes with big groups, so it can be difficult to follow the activities. And if you are well organized, so it will be, you will have the project will go on really smoothly. And you can send sometimes some messages to remind partners. And if you want to, who don't complete tasks on time or break ethical rules, you can remove that partner from the project. So actually, there are some more rules that we need to take care while we are running projects. In the Turkish National Support Service, it is a new rule that only you can add 10 Turkish partners to your project. But I don't know in other European countries if there is any rule. So you can add as many as partners from foreign countries. There is no limitation. Actually, I think it is not something reasonable to work with crowded groups, because maybe at most 10 partners is better, as far as to my experience. And a teacher can apply for up to 4 projects in 2000 after 2023, and only 4 applications will be evaluated. If you have more than 4 projects, the 5th one will not be evaluated. So you can create only 4 projects. You can take part actually. I think 4 is a good number because, you know, we also have lots of schoolworks. So these projects also taking our time, and it also needs so much effort to run these projects. And projects created by 2 founders from the same country will remain national, as I mentioned before. And even if a foreign partner joins later, this cannot be nominated for the European quality label. So at the end of the projects, we apply for the quality label to our national support service. And if it is on the right criteria, you get the national label. And also after 2 months later, if it against good, it's a good project, you get the European quality label as well. So what does eTwinning provide us? It's a perfect collaboration in education, and it's a great opportunity to work with classes around the world. And you have a chance to share your educational materials, and you improve your 21st century skills. And using Web2 tools in our classes, students also improve their digital skills, and both teachers as well. And recognizing cultural awareness is another inevitable part of our projects. So innovative, inquisitive, and learning teachers, it provides competencies such as the development of pedagogies. Thank you for listening to me. I want to also show me to you our Eco Wonders project that we have been running for our Erasmus project. Let me show. Okay. I think you can see the TV space screen. Blanka?
Not yet.
Not yet? Okay.
Yeah. Will you share once again?
Oh, so,
Okay. Now, yes, now we
okay.
see.
Okay, this is the TV space page I want to show you, and this is my profile. When you click here, you can reach the projects that you are running or closed ones. All of them are here, and this is the project that we are running for our also Erasmus project, Eco Wonders for Digital Natives. So we have started nearly now in the middle of our project. So this is the typical TV space page. Here you can see the topics, home, pages, materials, forum, online meetings, members and support. I think the most important part is pages because we put all the activities here. Here you can actually founders create these pages and share with the members. This is the typical pages, and what I want to show you today is also the collaborative story writing activity that we have just finished. This is the Eco Wonder storytelling activity. Okay, so you can put all the instructions on the page, and all the partners and students can enter and see what's happening, what are the details of the activities, step by step instructions. So if you put everything clearly on the pages, so there will be not any kind of misunderstood understanding on the activities. So we put everything, and all the partners followed their tasks. And yes, this is the one that here is the timeline and the writing guidelines. We use different tools actually, but finally we put all the stories on Story Jumpers. Maybe I can show you just some pages from our collaborative book. Our students created the illustrations with AI. So all the pictures are in accordance with the others. So with the Story Jumper, you can also change, add students' voice recordings. Okay, this is our TeamSpace page that we put all the tools, we put all the outputs of our project activities. So we are going on our project and with a great collaboration, and students are really wondering what will happen next and waiting curiously for the other activities. So thank you for listening to me. If you have any questions, thank you for taking attention.
Thank you very much. Yes, so you saw how Turgut and colleagues organized the eTwinning project within the Wonder Learning approach. The most important is that the activities were designed with the wonder in mind. So they are connected around environmental challenges, around eco stories. Students created different stories on story jumpers. They will also discuss about green gadgets and have virtual eco tours. As now the school year goes towards the end, also the eTwinning project right now will go on summer holidays, but it's actually a perfect moment to plan for the next school year. So if you would like to join the eTwinning project, welcome to join with the next school year, but please maybe just formally join now so that the colleagues can plan the activities easier. Okay, so thank you very much, Turgut, for all your work and enthusiasm around eTwinning project. So let me see if there are any questions. No, they are not, but many participants are saying congratulations and interesting materials, and thank you in the comments. We have today more than 300 participants already with us. So thank you, Turgut, for sharing.
It's my pleasure.
Now, let's move to another topic. Welcome, Raquel. Actually, this topic, how to create accessible materials, is not relevant just for special education teachers, but it's important for all teachers because nowadays integration is very important. So we all need to know how to create accessible materials that also students with special education needs can follow the learning easily. And Raquel will show us her experience with that. So welcome once again, Raquel, and you can start sharing the screen, and the floor is yours. In the meanwhile, while Raquel is searching for the presentation, yeah, I can just tell you that the certificate link is still in the video description and also in the chat. Be patient because many participants want to receive certificate of attendance, so sometimes the application needs a little bit more time to send out the certificate. But in any case, be punctual with the name and the surname on it. All right, so here we have the presentation on accessible material.
Good afternoon to all. Today we have I will present how to create accessible materials, best practices for teaching students with special needs. Today we have many opportunities through technology to be able to work with all students and more inclusive education. In the classroom, we have diversity of students, all with different needs, education, wherever, and special needs, students or students with general. I will give you some important tips for creating materials that are accessible to students with special needs education in the classroom. I hope that my presentation and my small knowledge will inspire you to make education more inclusive and accessible for all. First of all, who are pupils with ZEN, special needs educational? We have students with physical, intellectual, and visual or hearing impairments, students with developmental disorders like autism, students with abilities, giftedness, and students has a unique way to learning. It's important to know this. First of all, you create the accessible materials. Identify the needs. It's very important. First of all, you need to identify the needs. Plan a team because you don't work alone. You need to have a team. You work in group, like teachers, specialists, students, and families. Use multimodal resources. Leverage assistive technologies is very important to use the digital tools. test and gather feedback, because with this first feedback you can create more and more accessible materials. Promote ongoing training for educators and teachers. This is the first you need to know about when you want to create accessible materials to special needs students. I give you some examples for deaf blindness students. For the students, the only accessible materials is using Braille. You can use this traductor Braille online. I can show you. It's very easy. You write here, like, my name is Raquel, and he wrote in the Braille language. It's very easy. You can use it, and it's free. It's a free program. Wonder Learning is like that. But for this, you need printer, a special printer to Braille. But we have this program, and it's very important, and it's free, and you can use it wherever you are. Well, you have for blindness and low vision students, you can use the Word, Microsoft Word. I can show you. It's in Portuguese because my word in Portuguese, but you can use this part in the word. Let me see. I can show you. Word here. Okay, this is the word. And see, here you can see. And it's in accessible read, and you can listen you can listen what you wrote. I am here, and you can listen. I am here because he read in Portuguese, but you can use in English or in your language. Okay. It's very important. You can use this this word in all Microsoft Word. You have this kind of menu, and you can use in your language, and then you can create one QR code, and these students can use it, and they understand what you want to the task, what do you want they do. And we have the electronic magnifying glass for low vision, and you can use in a high contrast material in your classroom, and you can create for the low vision students. We have deaf and dumb students in the classroom too, and you can use all the time you use the reading video materials with subtitles and sign language, and you can use this program. It's very easy and is online and free. Boring in Portuguese, but in English is different. French, Italian. Okay, you are boring. As you can see it, the sign is different in each language. This program is very useful if you have these students in your classroom. You can use a QR code too, and they understand what the task do you want to transmit. Okay, and we have students with they need augmentative language, like cerebral palsy and autism, student with autism. They need some of them they cannot talk, and they need the symbols to communicate. And is the same, you can use this this program is very useful too, and easy to use. I show you. And this is the Arasak. And you have the pictograms too. Here. Materials, you can find materials, you can find an open class. Everything you have here in this site, in your language too, if you want. And you can use it in your classroom. This is, you can choose your language here. In English. Because everybody understands. This is the materials, the symbols. Let me see. Education. If you need teaching activity, like the first is music, classroom, and yoga, and theater, whatever, you can use these pictures to communicate with the students that they cannot speak. They can communicate, they can only communicate with pictures. In this Arasak, we have the Ara word. Is a very, very amazing program. You can do with the download, and you write, and they translate all you write in the picture language. It's very easy. You can do it in the Arasak in the Arasak site, as I showed you before, and then try, and you can have all the materials you need with this kind of students. This is the Arasak website, the login, and everything is explained in this site. You can see it. We have motor difficulties and other students, and we need a technological aid, adapted mouse, light touch tables, and others adaptable materials. We have adapted scissors, adapted pencils, and relief and different textures for students that they have hypo or hypersensibility, like autism, for example. Cognitive needs. We simplify the test and breaking down tasks to smaller steps is easier for them. We need to think about this and do it, because for the cognitive students, they don't have, they need more attention for to understand the task. And this is another program for adaptive technology for this student, and you can find online. Is this one Microsoft Dave Mobile? You can use screen magnifiers, alternative communication software, organizational apps like Google Keep, Trello, and all of these apps, very, very important to this kind of students and the inclusive education. Another thing is very important for all special needs students to have a daily routine, very structured and predictable, because they need to know the routine to be secure in the school. And the plans in the classroom, there we have this video. I can show you if I have time, because we have 15 minutes. I don't know. I have time to show you.
Yeah, just show shortly. Yeah.
Let me see. Okay, this is in the classroom for autistic, with the student with autism. He is in the classroom with the other students, but sometimes they need to go out to another class, to another classroom, to do another activities. He have a picture in his hand, because all the classrooms, they have one picture outside. Is the routine, what he knows about the routines. Now he knows to go to the table to work. When he finished, he put the balls in the same place and play with the puzzle. Now he changed. He changed the picture too, because the routine is another one. Sorry. We need to with the student with autism and others, we need a structured classroom with visual support. Look, everything have a picture. To have is important, the visual support to explain the task and activities. And the environment is very organized. Look, we have everything organized. And predictability. They know this is the routine. Is in the classroom, then he goes to the table task, then to play, in order to watch the to the toilet, to the bathroom, and then he will do all these tasks, and in the end he go home at the bus. This plays, they are for emotional. Is the place when it's relaxing. It's very important for all of them to have one place to relax. These elements help create more organized and predictable learning environment, making it easier for students to understand and complete the activities. If they don't have the routine very organized, it's impossible for them to understand and complete the activities. A communication building folder for autistic individual is a resource used to help individuals with autism communicate more effectively. There are more sometimes of communication, binding folders such as picture communication they need, like with image, as said before, and word communication. Use writing words so the person can point to one simple sentence. If they cannot speak, you have difficulties with speech. Now they have one book with these pictures, these pictograms, and they can communicate with the teacher with these signs. Thank you for your attention. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Raquel, for your presentation. So Raquel's presentation had a lot of links and different apps that are simple to use for every teacher who has special education needs students in their classroom. And all those links are available in her presentation. You can find her presentation in the Facebook group Pan-European Conference on Digital Education and then access links directly. Congratulations on your work, Raquel,
Thank you
and
very much.
sharing all the materials and simple tips with all of us. And now we move from special education needs students, we move to social studies. With us is Aneta, and her presentation is about fostering social studies skills among students using innovative teaching approach. So one more example of integrating wonder into learning design. So welcome, Aneta. Looking forward to your presentation.
Thank you. Thank you, Blanka, for the wonderful introduction. Thank you also to the project Wonder Learning for Digital Natives and for the opportunity to participate this project as partners. Today, I'm going to speak about the fostering social studies skills among students using innovative teaching approach. Why have I chosen to speak about this one? Because nowadays, when we are dealing with digital native students, it is very, very difficult to keep their attention in the classroom for more than 40 minutes and to teach during this time. Especially when we are speaking about about subjects that deal with social issues. Today, for today's presentation, I choose two practices, from which one the first is community walks and local explorations, and the second one is Socratic seminars and debates. These two practices are one of the many practices that we have developed with the other project partners within the project Wonder Learning for Digital Natives, and I have chosen those ones because the first one is for improving the social studies skills of the students in the lower grades, and the second one, Socratic seminars and debates, is more convenient, more applicable for students in the upper grades. Let's see what happens. Community walks and local explorations. This practice, what is different and innovative in this practice? Within this practice, we engage the students, and it is a student-centered practice. So The teacher acts only as a facilitator during the whole activity and the whole process of learning, and the students are mastering the learning process by themselves. So this method, this practice practically brings the learning beyond the classroom. How do we do that? The students go on a guided walks and there they explore the local features, maybe some architecture, some historical sites, or some government buildings and cultural landmarks. Before delivering this kind of work, the teacher makes the plan and introduces the students what are they going to see, so they will have the possibility to read something more before taking the walk. And during this kind of walk and nature exploration, the students can make observations by themselves, and they can note these observations by taking photos, taking sketches, making movies, or something else more convenient for them. What is the wonder moment in this teaching practice besides it is student-centered? During this kind of walks and nature explorations, the students might discover something that wasn't discovered till then. Maybe they can discover some hidden historical element or some landmark that they haven't noticed before in that particular historical place. So in this way, we can spark their curiosity, we can spark their excitement to learn more and more about the topic without knowing that they are practically learning. So the aim of this practice is to connect the students with their community, with their local communities, to understand a little bit more about the local history, and to develop a sense of place through real world experiences. Later on, when they do the work and they do the observations and note them in their presentations, they will reflect this in their learning process and discuss with their teachers, with their peers, with their parents, what they have noticed and what they have learned by themselves out of the classroom. So in this way, we can spark their curiosity, we can provoke them to critically think, and we can foster their engagement into the whole curriculum. But it will be done out of the classroom, which is much more interesting for those children that are digital natives. So on this slide, I have several examples. What is supposed to be the teacher activity in this practice, and how the students are going to perform the observations. Usually, the teacher should act as I said, as facilitator more than a teacher. And before taking the walk, the teacher explains to his students what is the purpose of the walk and what are the key observations. What should they pay attention to? The teacher should plan the route and should identify some landmarks and prepare the guiding questions. What kind of activities will the students have during the exploration of these walkings? They can have different activities. For example, they have a historical neighborhood walk. They can, with their teacher and the class, walk through a local historic district. I believe all of the places where we live have some history behind. So in this way, the students can explore a little bit more about the history of that of the place where they are living. They can note some architectural styles, some landmarks, or they can visit a local museum or some cultural center. Throughout these walks, the teacher will prepare some guiding questions. I will show some examples later on. And in that way, he will provoke the students to think about the history, about what is behind that monument, that district, that building, and so on. So the second activity can be some community interviews. And the students can speak with local residents about the changes in the area where they're living now. Was it the same 10 years or 20 years before? Was the city built 50 years ago? Or they can interview some community members, some established community members, some business owner. They can interview some artist or some other community leader. And it is very interesting that the teacher should give the freedom to the students to think of the questions by themselves. So he will spark even more their curiosity and also their skills for searching the internet and reading a little bit more about their local community. And the third the third activity within this practice would be nature and parks walk through local market excursion. So within this activity, the students can explore a local park on some nature reserve in their area. They can observe the flora, the fauna, and the natural features. And later on, they can read something about these particular observations in books, on internet, on some other source for reading. They can also, besides visiting the local markets, they can visit farmers or some street fair to observe the vendors, the products, the behavior of the sellers, about the interaction with the clients, and so on. So they will learn much more about the interaction between the people, which is a very important social skill. They can recognize different products in the market. They can learn something about the entrepreneurship, because there is a lot of entrepreneurship on the local markets, and so on. So what will the students do during this activity? They will take the walk, they will observe, and they will research or explore. They will do this by taking photos, by making some movies, by making close-ups of plants, animals, making some panoramic views, depending on the activities, as I explained the previous three ones. They can make a short clip about the boosted market scheme with conversations and sounds. And all of these can be found in some journals. They can list some nature journals, read some articles, and obtain much more information about what they saw during the walks. They will also develop the presentation skills, because the teacher will motivate them, will encourage them to prepare of what they saw on some kind of poster, to make a digital storytelling, of course, with the help of the teacher, or to develop a different kind of maps. For example, they can develop a map of their city, how it is now and how it was before 50 years ago. But they will need to collect the information by interviewing some resident of their, some older resident of their city. During these whole activities, the teachers will act only as a facilitator. They will facilitate the discussions. They will connect the will help to the students to connect the observations with the conclusions. They will make it more interdisciplinary. So they will practically connect the observations of the students to a very broader social study topics. Let's see some examples. I made some examples for some monuments from my country, from Skopje. The first example refers to visit the Skopje fortress. For those ones from the audience that were in Skopje know that we have the Kale fortress. So the activity would be for the students to learn about the history and the strategic importance of some particular objects, especially in the past, centuries ago. The task for the students can be to identify the main features of this fortress, what they see in the fortress, what they think happened in the fortress centuries ago, and the discussion would be, what can the fortress tell us about the medieval Skopje? From which century it is? Was the King Samuel first one that was in the fortress, or there was somebody there before him? What happens to the fortress now, and so on? So we will provoke the students to explore a little bit more. Maybe they can do role play. They can put themselves in the role of the King Samuel and act as a king and see what happens. The second example refers to a visit, possible visit, in the Memorial House of Mother Teresa in Skopje, where the students can reflect their observation about the notable figures on the local culture. They can take photos, they can discuss the symbolism of the memorial centers. They can also explore a little bit more about Mother Teresa, who was she, what was her mission in the world, and we will provoke them to think with a very broader and open mind than the classroom. And the third example would be my community. This will be facilitated by the teacher, who will say to the students to take 2 minutes to write down all the words or images that the students can think of when we say to them community. So they should close their eyes and later on write or draw. What do you see when I say to you my community? What should appear? What do you imagine when I say to you my community? What does it feel like? What should it feel like? So we will see how wide is children's fantasy and what all they think about when we say to them my community. This method is very interesting, and I recommend to all of teachers teaching social studies to implement this kind of practice, because there are a lot of benefits for the students, for the teachers as well, and we have some innovative components and problems solved. For the teachers, we have we can achieve interactive and engaging way to teach social studies. And we can encourage experiential learning, which is an innovative teaching method. For the students, they can enhance critical thinking and observation skills, which are very important nowadays, because they can link real-world experiences to the social study concepts. Also, we can foster community awareness and historical appreciation through the hands-on exploration. Regarding the innovation, of course, that we are integrating the technology within throughout all these activities. And by implementing this kind of practice, so we can reduce students' disengagement, and we can encourage the inquiry-based learning. The second practice is about debates and Socratic seminars, which is more applicable for upper grades, so a little bit older students, I would say 13 to 14 years old. And this practice, I would like to start with the quote by Socrates, who said that enabling students to think by themselves is more important than filling their heads with the right things. So these kind of practices, debates and Socratic seminars are also student-led discussions. There is a little bit difference between the debates and the Socratic seminars, because within the debates, the students deliver their positions with structure, rules, and competitive elements. So the debates are actually structured pro and con arguments with assigned roles. And herein, the students need to defend their opinions. They need to defend their positions by giving very strong arguments to the wider audience. In opposite of the debates, the Socratic seminars are activities where the students deliver open-ended and reflective discussions. So herein, the teacher gives a particular topic or particular book beforehand hands to be read, and then the students will develop mutual conversation, and they will make a collective conclusion. So in both cases, the benefit is that the students explore multiple social and historical issues by examining different point views. We will see also what happens, what the teacher has to do and what the students have to do within this practice. Usually, when delivering a Socratic seminar, the teacher should impose questions like, what can we learn from historical movements that fought for equality? So we should inspire the students to think about the historical movements, what happened before, was it beneficial, how it contributed to improve the society, and so on. Or the teacher can also provoke some other kind of question. For example, why it is important to learn about different cultures and traditions from around the world. So by exploring a little bit the literature, the books, the internet, the students will learn much more by themselves about the different cultures, about the different places of living, about different historical movements, about nowadays movements, they affect our lives, and so on. For a debate, the teacher should also give some provocative questions. For example, is it better to focus on celebrating cultural traditions or addressing social problems in our communities? Or, if you could travel back in time, should you try to change historical events that caused a lot of people to suffer? So in this case, the students should also prepare themselves for the debate, and they should have a lot of arguments to defend their position and their opinion. They can research using different kind of journals, different kind of books. They can search the internet, and they should prepare the arguments. So they also improve their presentation skills. They also improve their public speech, their public appearance, and most of the people that have good skills in these oratory issues, they become, let's say, politicians or somebody that defends human rights. And they have also improved discussion skills. They have improved skills for appreciating the opinion of the other as well. They learn how to deliver the arguments in formal discussion. They learn how to present their results using Google Slides, maybe preparing some mind maps using Google Docs or using Padlet. So besides the skills for learning social subjects, they also have improved presentation skills. On these slides, I have some example, or actually a good example, how a teacher should prepare a Socrates seminar. First of all, the teacher should choose a reliable literature. The teacher should choose a rich text that has cross-content and real-world connections. It can be a novel for the upper grades, or it can be a picture book for the lower grades. Also, the teacher can prepare a pair of contrasting primary documents in social studies. He can give some speech of some politician to the children to think about. Then the teacher should also prepare the students how to perform this activity. He should give them time, or she should give them time to read the text before performing the activity. Then the teachers should distribute sticky notes to the students to use them to annotate the text as they read. And also the teacher should prepare a starter questions. For example, I wonder why, and he should mention the topic that is given to the students, or I have a question about, or I agree or disagree because, or my conclusion for that and that is because of this and this. Before performing the activity, the teacher arranges the student. When it comes to Socrates seminars, there are several kinds of arrangements. Usually the students are arranged, yes, I'm finishing, in a giant circle, fishbowl style, or multiple smaller circles. And the teacher should it's a must to define the roles. He should act only, or she, as a facilitator, and encourage the students to respect each other while performing the activity. I will jump up to the conclusions by using these practices for improving social skill studies, especially the hands-on exploration. We significantly foster social studies among students. Then we help them to develop a deeper understanding about their community and history. And we encourage their curiosity and wonder learning. Thank you very much for listening.
And thank you for sharing with us two practices. Both of them are developing really different skills and are focused more on skills than on data, which is very important when we speak about wonder. So Aneta presented us community walks and Socratic seminars. Her presentation is also available to download in the Facebook group of the conference. So thank you very much, and we move to our last presentation for today. So I will welcome again Turgut with us, and his presentation this time is about his experience as English teacher on blended learning in foreign language teaching. So welcome once again.
Hello again. Blended learning in language teaching. I want to start with Benjamin Franklin's quotes. Tell me and I forget, teach me and I remember, involve me and I learn. So what is blended learning? Blended learning combines face-to-face instruction with digital tools. It creates a more interactive and engaging experience for learners. Students don't only depend on textbooks or lectures, but also explore videos, apps, and virtual discussions. It gives teachers a more flexible way to learn to support various learning styles. If we want to give an example, a student learns grammar rules using a YouTube tutorial at home, and then practices that grammar through role play exercises in class. So this is just a simple example for it. So why use blended learning in language teaching? Blended learning allows learners to move at their own pace, so they feel more responsible for their learning and they can access materials anytime, anywhere. So it also helps shy students participate more through online discussions. As students listen to an English podcast during the commute and writes a short summary and discusses it in class with a partner. So blended learning increases engagement of the students highly, and it provides flexibility and access everywhere, anytime, and it encourages learner autonomy. So there are three blended learning models: flipped classroom, station rotation, and flex model. In the flipped model, students study content at home and through videos or readings, and then engage in hands-on activities in class. Station rotation includes multiple activities, one with the teacher, one using technology, and another as independent work. And the flex model gives students more freedom and uses tech as the main tool of instruction. Students study new vocabulary using a mobile map and review it in pairs at a vocabulary station and apply it in a group storytelling activity. So digital tools for blended learning. So here you can see different topics for different skills. For the vocabulary and grammar, teachers can use Quizlet, Wordwall, Memrise, Linguist, Closemaster, Bluecat, Babadoom. I use these tools. They are all interactive. We can apply in class, also send as an assignment to our students, so they can also do these quizzes interactively at home. And for listening and speaking, BBC Learning English, Ello, Fluent U, Vocaroo, Talk Abroad, VoiceThread, and SpeechLink. These are other tools that can be used for listening and speaking. So at the end of the presentation, I will show you some examples that we created with our students using VoiceThread. Actually, all these tools are free, and students can use it easily, and they are very practical tools. And for reading and writing, Read Theory, News in Levels, Grammarly, Hemingway Editor, Storybird, Rewordify, Quill, also Story Jumper, Storybird. These are really good tools for our students. And interaction and for collaboration, Padlet, actually Jamboard is not active anymore. Padlet, Google Docs, VoiceThread again, Miro, Treesider are really good examples for collaboration. And also we can use these tools for brainstorming activities, especially Treesider is a perfect one. I will also show an example activity that we did before with our students using Treesider. And for assessment and feedback, we can use Kahoot, Edpuzzle, Socrative, Google Forms, ClassKick, Quizzes, Formative. Again, all of them are really good tools, and all of them focuses on different skills. For example, Closemaster for grammar in context, SpeechLink for pronunciation coaching, Storyboard for creative writing. So teachers can customize lessons using combinations of these tools to match their students' needs. And practical classroom applications. Students use Babadoom to practice vocabulary and Wordwall for the team games. Also, Kahoot also enable us to create teams, and students can do the quizzes with groups, and online quizzes and peer correction. TED, after watching a TED video, students summarize it and respond to each other in Padlet. And finally, digital storytelling writing workshop. They draft stories in Google Docs and peer edit and publish them using Storybird. So podcast listening, group debates, collaborative essays on Google Docs, and Flipgrid video journals for reflection can be used. And there are some challenges, and of course there are some solutions. So, you know, technology sometimes prevents us. So unequal access to technology, low student motivation, and teacher preparation time are some challenges that we face. So how can we solve these problems? We can use downloadable apps and mobile-friendly platforms, and we can use gamification and competition, and we can share ready-made lesson plans and templates beforehand. Create, for example, a leaderboard using quizzes for technology limited classes, and then students complete offline worksheets prepared with similar activities. Here are some tips for the teachers. Start small and experiment. Begin with a few tools you are comfortable with. Don't try use everything at once. And choose tool-based on learning goals. Ask students for feedback about which tools help them most. And blend solo and group activities. Give ongoing and clear feedback. And adapt content to students' cultures and interests. And use their input to adjust the approach. So, if we conclude, it supports all four language skills: reading, writing, listening, and speaking. So they are all integrated seamlessly. And thanks to blended learning, it's flexible and engaging. So it makes learning learner-centered and interactive. And it requires thoughtful planning. So we need to be carefully integrate and adapt it. And it reaches diverse learners. So it accommodates different abilities, interests, and learning styles. And blended learning is not a one-size-fits-all solution, but with careful integration, it creates meaningful and interactive learning experiences. So teachers can reach learners with different abilities, interests, and learning styles. And a final quote is, technology will never replace great teachers, but in the hands of great teachers, it can be transformational. It's from George Couros. So let's not forget, it's not about the tools themselves, it is about how we use them. Technology is powerful when it is combined with strong pedagogy. So I want to show the tools that I mentioned. Let me share screen. Okay. Here I want to show you some tools that we did in our classes. For example, I want to show you Imaze. It is a virtual art gallery. Our students can see their products virtually and everywhere and anytime. It's a digital board. Okay, this is via Art Steps, for example. We worked with our students on bullying, and they created some slogans, and both digitally and handmade, and we put them on this virtual museum here. It is Art Step. You can walk on the exhibition by clicking on different corridors. You can see the works of the students. And another example that I want to show you is Tacer. this is a very perfect tool to create a discussion. And for example, at the beginning of the activities, you can put a question and students can answer both at home or if there are crowded classes, they can answer at the same time in a few minutes, and you can reflect on the smart board. So I use this tool and it's very effective. We did some brainstormings, and students can also vote or comment on their ideas thanks to this tool. And so actually there are lots of examples I want to show you, but I think we have limited time, and let's back to the presentation. So thank you very much for listening to me.
Thank you very much, Turgut. And yes, I think this is the best conclusion of our conference, that technology will never replace teachers, but the role of teachers is changing all the time.
Yeah.
And this is also our message in the project on Wonder Learning, where we explore how teachers change their role. Thank you to all my colleagues for wonderful presentations. We would like to invite you to the next conference, which will be in June, 26th of June, again on Wonder Learning. So other partners from other countries will share their good practices on how to incorporate Wonder Learning into a learning design. So thank you very much, and see you in June on the last Thursday. Happy teaching to all of you.